Today, it is our great honor to have the man, the myth, the legend, the great Marty Friedman here at ENYA Music. We'll have a conversation about music, songwriting, guitar, and the instrument industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Marty Friedman.
I think, a lot of times I hear that my guitar playing, especially my lead playing and my melody playing sounds like a vocal. And I think it's because I'm trying to emulate a human sound rather than a sound of an instrument or sound of picks and strings. I'm trying to make my guitar sound like a human voice. You know, singers hold notes out in a certain way and guitarists tend to play licks and guitar phrases, but I'm trying to be a singer on guitar as best as I can. So if you say that, I feel like I'm doing my job right. Especially the erhu from China. When I first heard the erhu, to my ears, it sounded kind of like a violin, but a little bit sadder. And the way they slide from notes is very different from like classical violin playing, and I just really like that so much. For whatever reason, I feel something when I hear erhu playing. I feel a special kind of sadness that I would like to get into my playing, so I copied erhu a lot when I was younger, and now too maybe. It's not always the best instrument. Depending on the music that you're writing, this melody might work better in your image, what you're hearing for a violin or cello or piano or a guitar. I happen to be a guitarist, so I'm often thinking of, well, this is going to work good for guitar. But if you listen to my records, sometimes I have other instruments playing the main melodies. I think I'm very lucky that when I hear a piece of music in my head, I'm hearing all the instruments. And of course, I can play guitar much better than any other instrument, but sometimes, you know, another instrument would work much better than a guitar. But the thing that's great about a guitar is you can bend strings. You can't bend strings on a piano, not that I know of anyway, so there's a different kind of expression with guitar. Yeah, well, I saw a video on YouTube about this guitar, and I also happened to get an email from you guys asking if I was interested, and I said yeah, because what I learned from the video, very simply, was it has kind of features that are very helpful for songwriting. In my case for songwriting, but maybe for other people, it would help them to perform in front of people, because you can have many different things happening at once. Like you have a looper, you have different sounds, you can add things. I think there are some people who are very talented with that, and you can play in public like that, but for me, I love the function of being able to loop something easily and then being able to play over it with a good sound. This is what's important, because as you notice I'll explain this as I play later, or if you maybe heard the song that I played before. Yeah, the way I write songs is very often I will have a chord progression in my mind, but I don't have a melody yet. I don't have a theme yet. I don't have like solos or anything. I just have a chord progression that I like. When I first saw this guitar, I'm like, well, you can loop a chord progression forever and sit around and just try and keep playing until a nice melody comes up. And that's the way I work, but usually I don't have it all on one guitar. I've got like a tape recorder or a phone or a computer, so having it all in one place was very interesting to me. I think it's very helpful to people who write music the way I do, which is, you know, one part at a time. I have a lot of layers. So sometimes you don't always have your band with you. You're by yourself and you need help. So if you can have it all in one place, like a looper, and you can put beats in there and beats and backing music and harmonies and good sound, having that all in one place allows me to write not only easier, but portably. Like if I'm on tour, this is so light, I can put it in the bus and play on the bus, you know, before a show or after a show or in the hotel room. So it allows me to write songs in places where I couldn't write songs before. Usually I would have to go into a studio and book studio time and like have someone who is playing a drum machine and all that stuff, but to have it, you know, if I'm on a business trip or just at home hanging around or on tour, all in one place. That's what was very appealing to me. I think it's going to raise the quality of guitar playing as well as songwriting, as well as just your amount of expressions that you can use from one instrument. Of course, AI is fantastic, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to the end user and how the end user uses the AI. So I think the key is for the people creating instruments like this one to create it in such a way that you don't need to be a computer genius or an AI genius to play it. That's what's important to me, because everybody, you know me, and everybody who knows me, I'm not really an extremely technical person. So if this starts to get too complicated, I'm out. But when I saw how simple this was, I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for. Something simple enough for me to use, but you know, it's got the features that I want. So I think that AI, even more in the future, is going to become more user-friendly. I think it intimidates a lot of people, myself included, but starting to get easier like this, and things are becoming more intuitive and user-friendly and convenient. The most convenient thing is the portability of everything, because people live very busy lives and you don't know when you're going to have a song idea come up. And you could have it anywhere. You could be on an airplane, pull it up from the top and put down an idea. And but I just really like the simplicity and the portability of it. And that's for my purpose. Now for other people's purposes, they're probably using this for so many other reasons, other purposes that are inside this. I'm only using the very surface of this. There's a lot more depth than what I'm talking about. I think now, when it's so easy to have a sound that's workable, a good sounding thing, sometimes like in the past, there was a lot of technology where, of course there's good features, but if it doesn't sound good, you're not inspired to play. So I found that the sound of this guitar was good enough that I can work with this, I can write with this. So now, even when you feel like you're not inspired, there's no excuse. If you don't play, you're just lazy, really, because it's right here, it's right in front of you. I think, you know, it's going to be very hit and miss, because I think there's people who are very talented in the world of technology, and there's people who are very talented in music and creating musical art, and it's not always the same people. And so sometimes they don't understand each other. But occasionally, there are some people who are very talented in both. And if you have those people creating instruments to work from, and those people actually using these instruments to create music, that's where you're going to plant the seed for AI in the future. And it's going to make things so much better for all musicians. And most of us are not really very technologically advanced. So when someone finds the key to make things usable for regular musicians, that's really great. So I find it fascinating that China is so gung-ho about doing this, and there's so many people making so many great advancements in China. It's very exciting for people like me. Now even I'm getting excited about technology. So many great things happened to us on the tour, so many things that made the bond of our band so much deeper. And you will see that when you see us play in China. You will see a band that you're not going to expect it, because I think a lot of people hear my name and they know me, but they might not know my band yet. I really am excited to present my band to you. They're going to outshine me every night. You're going to walk into the show coming to see me, but you're going to walk out remembering my band. Yes, I'm going to also be touring all around the world for my drama album. We started the tour in America, and we're going to play in China, we're going to play in Japan some more, and we're going to also play in South America for a long time. We'll be in South America for quite some time. and then other countries to follow after that. The drama tour, the drama is my most recent album, and the tour is going to take us all the way until next year, hopefully. And I have an autobiography book that came out called Dreaming Japanese, which it's out all over the world. It's in English, but I mean, it's a very comprehensive story. Anything that you ever were curious about, my life is in there. So if you're interested at all in that, that's the book to have. And I'm going to be doing promotion for that and a couple more music videos and a very busy year coming up. The Chinese fans, I'm so excited to play in China with my band. I've gone to China for a couple events, guitar events, and I forgot what it was called, a big expo in Shanghai. And I haven't played in China ever with my band. I've played there before with Ame, which was fantastic. And I've played there by myself, but I've never played in China with my band. So I'm so excited to introduce my band to the wonderful Chinese fans. It's going to be a special, special tour with a lot of different things than what we usually do, because China's very important. I can't think of the word, but China has a very important part in my musicality, because I grew up listening to Chinese music. I learned a lot of things, and I'm a big fan of Chinese pop music, big fan of Ame, and a big fan of Jay Chou and all that stuff. So being in China with my band is very exciting for me.
And we actually have a Jay Chou collaboration ukulele that we want to give you.
Oh wow!
As a souvenir. Want to check it out?
Oh, what's this?
Yeah. Introduce this thing again so we can take you on. Start with
ukulele. Wow. This is your chance to get this book. I'm signing it for you right now.